Good evening, brothers and sisters. Doug White down here in Alabama. Peace and love to everybody. My wife's in Walmart shopping. I got tired of walking around, so I came back out of the car. And I thought I'd talk to my phone a little bit. I was thinking back today about my life and the and all the times that I tried to perform the law or live by the law or keep the law. You know, I've listened to a lot of different people over the years, teachers and stuff. And lots of them, you know, most of them were Armenian. I just found out about sovereign grace at the latter part of my life. So the thing about this law keeping, or even this free will stuff, is that you can't and you don't keep it. And you don't keep his law. You can try all you want to, but you're not going to be able to do it. And what happens is you fall into some sin. I don't care who you are. When you're law keeping and you're teaching other people law keeping, then God, you're going to be, I'm not going to say that, but you're going to fall into some sin, and you're going to hope that it's by his grace. And the way I look around this world, all I'm finding is sovereign grace. If anybody winds up in God's glory world, it's going to be because it's his great love. And I'm coming, you know, I'll be 72 in August. Every time I tried to keep the law, couldn't do it. So all I'm saying is screaming out there is stand fast in the liberty wherein Christ has made us free. If you pray, I believe you're one of his. And I believe if you believe in his son, that's just the evidence that you're one of his. If you love people, if your conscience bothers you when you argue with your wife, then you might be one of his. You know, you are one of his. You heard that right. You might be a redneck. But if your conscience bothers you when you fuss with your wife, or if your conscience bothers you when you hurt somebody's feelings, then more than likely you're one of God's people out there. That's what I believe. And he has a great multitude, see. When you realize it's sovereign grace, and I mean sovereign grace, I mean when he sets his love upon a person, there's no condition placed upon that love whatsoever. No condition whatsoever. And we need to reassure ourselves daily, you know, by prayer. I'm the worst prayer in the world. I don't pray enough. But we need to reassure ourselves daily that we're one of his. And that's the way we do it, you know, by forgiving others and praying. And if you exhibit love, you're one of his. And I don't care what denomination or what people think, well, you know, people don't know this about me. They might want to cut me off and never. But I believe that other people that you don't think of, other, not just Catholics, who I know that that's the Antichrist system. I'm not just Catholics, but Muslims. I believe he has people in every kindred and every tongue. And I don't care what their situation is. I see people. You ever turn that thing on over there about the Speaker's Corner? Well, anyway, I see all kind of people there with, you know, that are completely ignorant about God and his nature. But I believe he's got people amongst all these people in every religion. And a lot of them exhibit love. And for whatever reason, I don't know if you looked at any of my videos, but I hadn't got it all down here, but you can go back and look at some of them about believing and accepting. No, God's got people everywhere. And a lot of them don't realize that they're in a state of grace, and they just don't know it. I had a friend. I always go back to these friends I have. Well, I don't want to talk about that friend right now. I'll come back to it later. But what I'm saying is, there's a liberty in knowing these things. So you don't have to go around thinking everybody that you talk to is going to hell, because I believe that there's many more people going to be, in His eternal kingdom than that are not His. There's going to be more sheep than there are goats, in my view. But who the goats are, that's His business, and that's the way we need to leave it. God is a good God no matter, what He does. He's a good God. And I sure am glad that it ain't up to me to keep myself pure or to keep the law. That's why He said, love your neighbor as yourself. He put out all these hard sayings. Love your neighbor with all your mind, love the Lord with all your heart and with all your strength. Your neighbor is yourself. And all these hard things, and people say, well, God, I can't do that. Well, what He's doing there, in my view, is giving you, is frustrating to you to where you fall on your knees and say, Lord, have mercy on me. I can't do this. So I think that's what it's talking about. These preachers that bring up all this law-keeping stuff. But I believe that you have to read it by the Scripture by the eyes of the Spirit, because the letter will kill. Pluck your eyeballs out, stuff like that. They'll tell you, well, see there. No, I'm thinking God is talking to people that think they're going to keep the law. Pharisees and some of the people that aren't His, think they're going to keep the law. And He just puts it right to them, buddy. Cut your hand off. Pluck your eyeball out. Love the Lord with all your heart. Things that you can't do, and we can't do. And so I say it's 100% grace, 100% mercy, 100% love that He has for His people. I don't care. I see people that all across this land, and I've been all over this land, and I've seen all kinds of people, and all nationalities, and all of them got one thing in common: they sin. and the only way out of it is God's mercy. But it's funny thing about it, I like being around some of these people because they're not judgmental or nothing like that. They just plain old folks. And I believe when you get to heaven, you're going to be surprised who is there and who ain't there. When it's talking about the resurrection day or the last day, some of the people, most of the people were religious people, putting out all this Armenian stuff and all this law-keeping stuff. So, but even these people, some of them are just deceived by the devil. That they're just deceived. So, just the way it is with the flat Earth thing, just a big deception. So that's what I'm talking about down here where the sun is slipping down. Well, it's going out further away on this plane, so it'll get dark after a while. But what was I going to say? Stand fast. Christ has made us free. Live in liberty. Pray to His Son. You believe in His Son Jesus, we're free. Every morning you get a fresh start, and that's the way it works. I've had everything in the world happen to me in my life. Son with leukemia, supposed to be dead, supposed to have died, but he's still alive here. God can keep you alive. I don't care what it is, He can keep you alive. I've had everything just about in my life. But He never leaves you. He's never left me. And he'll never leave you. I don't care how bad it looks. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. He began a good work in you. He's going to finish it all the way to the end. And so what we have to do is, in our daily walk, we don't need to look down our nose at anybody. Because if we do, we're going to fall into sin ourselves. That's what's going to happen. He'll double back his hand and let you hope it is grace, 100% grace. That's what you're going to be hoping. After he lets you fall into sin, you say, well, I can't do it myself. So that's the way it works with God. Keeping the law increases sin. You'll just keep on sinning if you try to keep the law. But it's all by the grace of God, and the Lord Jesus saves whom he wills. That's what I'm screaming here at the end of the day down here in Alabama. I hope my wife brings me something really good to eat tonight from Walmart. And let's see. And the people that you can't convince about, the state of affairs in our country with all the men to the moon lie and all that stuff, and you can't convince them. Well, you have to have grace on them too. They know not what to do, just like me. There's a time when I didn't know what I was doing, but I know a little bit more about what I'm doing now. And see, they're asleep and you're awake. They think you're crazy, lost your mind, but you see it clear as a bell, but they can't see it. So you have to have mercy on them. That's not going if they're one of his, they're going to be up there in God's kingdom too. So we can't get mad with them, and we need to have mercy on them too. Because you need to love your brothers and sisters, man. Love your enemies, because we don't know which one. We're not supposed to decide that, God could have a person, that one of his that could be any religion, any kind of was it Nebuchadnezzar? He was one of his too, and he was out there grazing in the field, and turned out to be, he was the one that God loves. So if God puts his love upon a person, they are loved. The rich young ruler, he was loved. See, even though he wasn't going to part with all his money, but he was one of God's people. And a lot of people don't know this about me. I don't believe that belief and all this other stuff is included. All that stuff is evidences of God's people, but they're not conditions to be saved. Because some people, in my view, children, people that are insane, heathen, God has people amongst all those people in distant jungles and islands, people all the way back to Adam, is my view. And so, but a lot of people don't know that about me. They might want to hang up on me now, but no, I believe that God has people, every kindred, every tongue, every nation, and lots of them ain't never heard the name of Jesus, and lots of them were before that he came to earth and shed his blood for his people. For he shall save his people from their sins, and not one of them is going to be lost. That's the way I'm seeing it tonight while my wife's in there in Walmart. But if I think of something else, I'll try to bring it to you. But God's grace to you out there. Peace and love down here in Alabama from this old boy down here at Walmart. God bless you.